Alright, just eat my donut and my cherries from the co-op, delivered from Dom's Food Mission, because I am in temporary accommodation at the moment, and that's a good thing, like, because if you're in temporary accommodation, you're quite up against it. And Dom's Food Mission deliver food twice a week, and Snowflake deliver a hot meal every night, which like, I can't tell you the difference a hot meal makes to a homeless person. It really does, especially if you're out on the streets and it's cold. A hot meal really does give you morale, is what sort of the military would call it. It is morale. It picks up a bit. Yeah, but yeah, I've had a good day today. Really good. I went to church in the Manual Church down in the West Hill there, which I think is going to be my new church. Although it's not, I do not identify as a Christian. I do like going to church, and I like taking bits and pieces from it. And like, I met a couple of people there today, which I'm really interested in talking to again. Like a couple of medical professionals. I'm particularly interested, like I spoke a bit about cold water swimming. I'm particularly interested in what one of them said about the neural, basically the science behind why it makes you feel better. Because I am going to do a little series on mental health and what you can do to improve it. Because I was struggling with my mental health, and then like my dad died, and then my whole family abandoned me, and I didn't really understand the reason why, and that gave me no option but to fucking deal with my mental health, because it was like, whoa, shit, what the fuck's going on here? So yeah, I mean, I started going to church at that time. It helped me out massively, really did. I mean, it was a bit of an unconventional church because it was just like in some shed on a farm. And not many people went there, and it was a bit odd. But it really helped. It really did. I went there twice a week, once for meditation during the week, and then once on Sunday for the service. I'll go tonight because they have it at night time. I would go tonight, but I can't get out there. So, but yeah, it did really help. But also, like, there are so many things. Like, you don't have to go to church. Like, it worked for me, but that might not work for you. There's many things you can do, and I'm going to do a series just sort of pointing it out, because not everyone knows, and I think people need pointers at the moment, and people need some help at the moment with it. Does seem to be a lot of mental health problems caused by the pandemic and just life in general. Life's fucking rough at the minute. People are struggling. Oh, I can't eat that. So yeah, I mean, perhaps she can explain to me and be my neural expert. Who knows? But yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm looking forward to that. I've already got a few people lined up. Nutrition is a huge part. I've got someone lined up for that. Meditation is a huge part for me personally. Works for me. It doesn't work for everyone, but it worked really well for me. So just got someone to explain that. Exercise. I've got choice of people for that. Not sure who that's going to be yet. We'll see what the universe has planned. Yeah, many other things. But friends are important, and I met my friend today and went for a walk around the park, and it was lovely because although we are friends, like, we were a bit romantic as well at one point, and we never really had many problems, but at the end we had a problem and it was never really resolved, and it always played in my mind a bit because we got on really well, and she was a really good friend of mine, and like, I owe her a lot. And it was nice today just to go for a walk and just to put it all to bed and try and sort of rekindle our friendship, just friendship. We which is difficult, I think, some people, because they just want to shut off and go, right, he's a cunt, or she's a bitch, and then that's it. Like, but there was a reason why you were close. If people got hurt, then sometimes you just got to accept that that's part of life and move on and forgive. And hopefully we can do that. And today was really positive. So, you know, it's been a really good day for me. Yeah, really good day. I was going to go first thing and have a swim, but I was up late last night, and I mean, again, a friend called me last night because I called him during the day, and he about 12 o'clock at night, about 11:30, something like that. He gave me a call. I feel all right, mate, or gave me a text. I feel all right. I got my call from you. And then we had like an hour and 10 minutes on the phone, just chatting about stuff in general. You know, just about processing my feelings of things, because sometimes you have to verbalise things to understand what's going on, and just sort of bouncing it off my pal who understands. He understands me. Like, we've been friends for a long time. Although we haven't always been in touch, we've been friends for a long time. And yeah, that was great. It helped me process a few bits and pieces, and also helped make my interaction with my other friend go a lot better today. And yeah, I'm like, she's really happy and everything's great with her, so I'm really pleased for her. Really pleased for her. So yeah, I was up late last night. Woke up late, and then so I just went to church, and then went off and met my friend, and now I'm back at my temporary accommodation. That's why I've got my donut and me co-op cherries. Although I can eat the donut, it's a bit sickly. Like, nutrition is a huge part of mental health. I think I've said that, but I mean, eating too much sugar is bad for you, because like, it makes you feel good. Having a load of sugar is like, yeah, but then it makes you feel shit quite soon after. Like, when you have that sugar crash, you actually feel a bit worse. So it's not just the health implications, it's also the mental health implications of eating too much sugar. And I try and stay away from sugar these days, and that I would have eaten 4 of them before, just like, especially when I was doing strongman, I was exerting loads of calories all the time. Like, I'd have just banged 4 donuts easily. I loved it. I can't really eat it like that anymore, because my taste buds have changed. Like, I did adopt a vegan diet for a while, and then was like, no, I can't do this. So I was sort of more pescatarian after that, because I wasn't getting enough protein. Yeah, I had a really interesting conversation in the park with this lady, Lynn, who was looking for Doc Brown. And she was like, I can't remember how old she said she was, 60 something, 65. And we was talking about, because I was reading my book about explaining humans, and we was talking about what it was about, and she was sort of saying that, you know, back in her day things weren't labelled, and blah, blah, that old attitude. And I was sort of explaining to her how it's actually helped me, although I was never labelled, because I didn't really want to be. Didn't see what difference it would make to my life. I then explained to her actually how understanding about myself has made my life so much easier, so much better, and yeah. And I think perhaps she was listening. Perhaps she thought, oh, maybe I will actually look at these things that I might have been labelled as, just for her own benefit, really. So yeah, all in all, good day, really good day. Looking forward to next week. February starts next week, doesn't it? That's good. I'm glad about that. Like, January's a rough month, and even though it's still only like a week later or whatever, like that in your mind, it's like, it's not January anymore. Fresh start, February, good start to the month. Like, a positive outlook on life is hugely important for mental health, because you kind of, if you're always focusing on negative stuff, and then you're manifesting that negative life for yourself, because you'll only spot the negative opportunities. Whereas if you're positive and you have the ability to break the cycles of negative thoughts, and if you say, actually, no, I'm going to have a good day, it's going to be a great week next week, then you'll look for the great opportunities that you're served, and you'll manifest yourself a good, positive life. You know, I mean, whether you can understand that or not, but it's really true. It's really true. It's important to have a positive outlook on life, no matter what you're going through. And if you can see bad things that happen to you as lessons, rather than be a victim about it, it's so much easier to have a positive outlook on life, because you're like, what's this trying to teach me? And then you can be grateful for the lesson and the growth within yourself that bad experience is teaching you, rather than feeling sorry for yourself and getting overwhelmed by the negativity and the negative emotions of it, and just getting caught up in that, you know. Sorry, I'm talking. I shouldn't be eating. I'm just very hungry. I've done a lot of walking today, so I've burned a lot of calories. Yeah. I'll finish this. Nobody likes a noisy eater, do they? Yeah, so hopefully this week some of that good will start. If not, then not the right time, and something else will happen. Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? I ain't got nothing else to say, I don't think. No, I don't think I've got anything else to say. Really?